12-point lead with young voters under 30. By comparison, Biden won that group by 24 points. So obviously Harris and Democrats really worried about whether young voters are going to stay home and whether they're going to come out for her in ways they have come out for Democrats in the past.
Fresh concerns about cyber attacks impacting the race for the White House.
Chinese hackers have targeted cell phones connected with both campaigns as we enter the final phase of the presidential race, including phones formerly used by former President Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance. We're also told that phones associated with the Harris-Walsh campaign were targeted as well. Sources telling us the hackers breached a number of major service providers, including AT&T and Verizon. The question, how far were they able to go?
ABC News Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas. Israel overnight launching what it called precise retaliatory strikes against Iran. The IDF saying it targeted military capabilities and not oil production.
A senior administration official says this should be the end of direct military exchange between Israel and Iran. This official says that Israel's strikes on multiple military targets in Iran were both precise and targeted. This official says that Israel did notify the U.S. ahead of the strike, but underscored that there was no U.S. involvement.
ABC senior White House correspondent Selena Wang in Washington. You're listening to ABC News.
Shop Macy's lowest prices of the fall today. For the season's best prices on what you need now. Save 40 to 60% on new styles to get you ready for cooler temps. Like cozy coats for your crew, the perfect sweaters for layering, and more fall wardrobe updates. Plus, don't miss amazing specials for you and your home. So good, they won't last. At Macy's.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
After 35 years in prison for the shotgun murders of their parents, the fate of the Menendez brothers are now in the hands of a California judge who will decide if they should be eligible for parole.
If a judge rules in their favor, it could be at least another 6 months before the parole board gets the case, then another 5 months before Gavin Newsom weighs in, which means it could be at least a year before they are released. But there is a separate track for the brothers' release with a hearing scheduled for late November.
ABC's Matt Gutman in Los Angeles. The long recovery process is just beginning in western North Carolina, but some students saw a bit of normalcy return for the first time since Helene. ABC's Brian Clark has more.
School was open in Buncombe County, North Carolina, Friday for the first time in 4 weeks, but it's not business as usual. Helene's devastation throughout the county made a 2-hour delay necessary. Superintendent Rob Jackson explains why.
We wanted the sun to be able to come up because we do have new bus routes. We have teenage drivers and parents who are driving their children as well.
Another hurdle, drinking water. There's none at the school. The district providing bottled water for teachers and students. Brian Clark, ABC News.
A growing number of people sickened by E. coli linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders. 75 people reporting illnesses in 13 states. The CDC said Friday at least 22 people have been hospitalized. Onions or beef patties used for the burger may be behind the outbreak. The FDA zeroing in on slivered onions as a likely source, but say they're still investigating. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Meet Brian. He just got $5,000, and it was pretty easy. I'll tell you how in 10 seconds. Brian needed cash help. After being rejected by banks, he tried 27cash.com. Told them how much he needed, even let them know he had bad credit. In minutes, 27cash.com found a lender who deposited $5,000 into his bank account the very next day. If you need cash help, even if you have bad credit, go to 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
You are listening to the Coach's Corner Show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Now, let's get you caught up on Yankton High School athletics with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of the Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
All right, good morning. This is the Coach's Corner. I'm Bryce Ladwig. Thanks for joining us. Coach's Corner powered by Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Thanks to Pizza Ranch for legendary chicken and the best pizza. It's Yankton Pizza Ranch. It's on Broadway, or you can call 665-1222, providing our coaches and myself with a delicious pizza here this morning, as always. As football coaches are going to start filing in here momentarily. The Goals have a little bit of a shorter show today. We have Mount Marty basketball. Yeah, check your calendar. I'll wait. It's October, all right? But Mount Marty basketball. So both the Lancer men and women won last night in their first doubleheader. But we will have all that for you here on KYNT and KYNT Plus today and KYNTV for Mount Marty men's basketball. So just some programming notes. But of course, the Coach's Corner here this morning talking Yankton sports. And we'll bring in the football coaches. The Bucks victorious Thursday at night, defeating Mitchell 80-14, and 3 different records set offensively for the Bucks. 2 from Evan Sirk, and then 1 as a team. And we'll talk all about that with our football coaches as we move forward here on the show. This is the Coach's Corner show. Good morning.
I am Juan Francisco Duarte, and basketball allows me to show my adventurous spirit. Right after graduating Mount Marty, I was selected to be part of the national basketball team for Colombia. Here, I think, is a great opportunity for me to expand, grow, and also help others to adventure in their journey.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Isn't it great when things work how they should? Like the award-winning free checking from FNBO. No monthly fees, no minimums, and no overdraft fees, ever. Online, in the app, on the go, or down the street. You be you, and we'll make it easy to bank your way and manage your account. Here's to simple, flexible, and free. Here's to checking that works the way you want it to. Visit FNBO.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO Free Checking. Member FDIC.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. Embracing the unexpected. Savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Did you ever hear that cheese is the favorite food of all mice? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. Mice love all food, often eating up to 8 pounds of it in their lifetime. Mice spread disease through urine, droppings, and dander, contaminating food and surfaces like counters and floors, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
All right, welcome back to Coach's Corner. We're in KYNT Studios, myself and some football coaches in here. Coach Brady Muth, Coach Terry Huber. Coaches, good morning.
Morning, Bryce.
Morning, Bryce. Hey, so, pretty big victory on Thursday night. Put up a couple points, broke the scoreboard at Crane. So I blame the Yankton offense for that, putting up 80. So you guys are going to get blamed for that. How does that make you guys feel?
Well, I'm just happy they got it fixed. I mean, we were just talking about that. The fear was that not having a clock in the second half or with that situation. And we're real cognizant of the clock, so that was the first thing I caught right away was because I was looking up to see where we were at for time, and there was no time, showing. So that was the only thing. But once we got that figured out, and they got it fixed, so everything was good, but it caused a little bit of consternation there for a while.
What if you're an official and you have to keep track on the field, but then you lose track and you're just like, probably like 5 minutes, Coach? I don't know.
That was the guy on our side, I'm sure, was getting annoyed by me because I wanted to know how much time was left. So I was standing right with him, and that wasn't that long, but he just kind of said, like every 15 seconds, he was giving me the rundown. So it worked out.
All right, let's start with, I don't know. I really struggled to find out which side of the ball I think was more impressive. And I know the 80 points, you'd say offense, but the defense had like 8 takeaways, I think.
Yep.
And it was just really impressive. So, Coach Muth, we'll start with kind of the defense. Olsen's gone, so I'll have you talk.
Yeah.
And, the interceptions, I have them written down here. Here we go. So, Bodie, Swayze Thurman, pick 6. You have Bryce, the best name in the game, Crawl. Carson Loch Ness, the War Horse, Kill Hazel Horse with 2 interceptions. Matthew Sheldon and Chase Platt.
Yeah, it was a really good night for. I think the picture it painted was. I like the way our football team is built. We have a very sound, aggressive defense. We can play good, sound defense and still be aggressive and get ourselves into situations where we can make big splash plays. But I would say we're built on the foundation of just wrapping the ball up and getting it on the ground. But then on the other end of that, I think, because we were talking about this too, Evan had a big night, but I really think the big night was our offensive line, because it wasn't just Evan. It was also Jace had a really big night too. So I think the story there is our offensive line completely dominated the game, and our defense, we've been talking about we don't want to use the word potential, and because we need to be there already. I think that's where we're at. Our defense, we're not satisfied yet, but our defense really was playing really fast on Thursday night, and we were getting some really great results.
And then Edley Amar, we talked last week. It still reminds me of, we should consider that gate, like the goat, like the horse racing gate.
Yeah.
When it's time to go.
Yeah.
But when he does get after the quarterback, a couple sacks, and just wreaking havoc.
And Ed is a great combination of just a kid that, physically he just is built well. He has good levers and knows how to use them. But, you can see when he's, if you go on the field and he lines up in front of you in a 3-point stance, it is like a horse in the gate ready to go. He's lathered up and he's ready to fire. And when he gets off the ball, that's a big person putting a body in very, very tough positions to execute. The way he plays with leverage, and that, a big part of that comes from wrestling. He can get down on the ground and he can out-lever you, and that's what you see when he's, on the defensive line, that's what you're seeing is speed, but you're also seeing him take those long legs and long arms and get them underneath your body, and he's a problem.
And then offensively, last night.
Yeah,
so used to say
I know,
that.
it's weird.
It is.
We were talking about that last night. There was a coaching staff. We met last night, and it was like, geez, we got a bonus day. No one knew what day it was. It was really weird.
What do we do?
Yeah.
No, but 80 points, a few records set during the matchup. Obviously, just the overall team scoring. Evan Sirk, single game rushing record, and then I think he also had the points scored record. And they don't have the single game rushing touchdown record listed anywhere. So
I'm sure we could find it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he probably said it.
Yeah.
So just put him in there. It's like it's probably Evan Sirk. But Coach Jerry Huber, that was a great performance. Let's just start with Sirk.
Yeah, extremely proud of the offense. They had a phenomenal night, and you could see it in the guys all week, though. It was a week full of let's go out there and let's play to our highest level that we can. I always kind of tell them, we had a good practice. Tomorrow needs to be great, and then game time needs to be as close to perfect as possible. And they definitely try. They try as much as they can to get to that level of perfection. We know that we'll never achieve it, but if you're not trying for it, then what are we really doing, right? And, I thought Sirk went out there, and the best part about his game, in my opinion, is how fast he is hitting the hole once he's there. He's not sitting back there trying to be too shifty, which I think he would tell you early on in his career That's what he was just trying to be a little shifty. And now his vision is just phenomenal. He sees the hole, he hits it hard, and then his his cuts that he's making in the breakaway speed, it's so tough for a defense to do anything with that. Phenomenal night, and like Coach Moose said, hats off to that offensive line for allowing those holes to be open. They were so excited for him to get that record, a record that I guess I didn't think that was going to be touched, and he proved me wrong. So I'm excited for him.
Well, as a former O-line yourself, I mean, I'm assuming the offensive line takes a lot of pride and kind of looks at that as their record as well, as they should.
Yep.
I mean, they are a huge part of any rushing attack.
Absolutely. They share that with him, and knowing when they see that record book, they're like, we were able to help him.
Me.
Yeah, we were able to do that for him, and that's phenomenal. And like I think I said that in the post game show, there was he's going to share that with him, and that's the beauty. He's not a greedy guy at all. I don't know if he's got a greedy bone in his body. He loves the team. He's going to do whatever he can for the team, and I just know that he gives mad respect for those offensive linemen up front who are making those holes.
All right, and then I'm just like bouncing around who we'll talk about. This could be like the long, I need it to be one of the shorter football shows of the year, but this could be the longest. So I'm just trying to figure out. All right, let's go start with the receiving core. Start with Carson S. Another great performance from him. Some big receptions, a big touchdown, one that got wiped away, but that was also a really nice play. And when that ball is in the air with him, I think we've said it like 3 times this year, it's not really a 50-50 ball. It looks more like a 60-40 in his favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Trust him 100% on any of those balls that are getting thrown his way. I'm going to trust that he's going to come down with it. I think, he almost broke 100 yards this game, which is crazy with the amount of yards that we were putting up on the ground for him to be able to get that. I know that third down touchdown that he had, that was a huge play for us because we were kind of sitting backed up a little bit. Had a few things that didn't go our way going into that final possession there, and he was perfect right across the middle. Nelly did a great job hitting him in stride, and he went after it. His speed too,
68 yards.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people, I guess, they see physically he is a dominant force, but he is fast too. Like his top speed is there, and it's tough because you got Slob out there too that we talk about very shifty and stuff. But when you get Ness going. That's a kid. I don't think anybody's catching him as well going down the field.
Well, literally, your top 2 receivers, as far as receiving goes, are also a part of the Nike National Outdoor Track and Field event. So, yeah, I think they're pretty fast. Both of them. Connor Slaba, a couple receptions and a big touchdown in the corner, showing his speed. When he gets around the corner, he's just so fast.
It is. It's beautiful to see because he puts himself in the right position just about every time. And he's one of those guys where I know if we're ever in a scramble drill, he's going to be in that right spot. But when it comes to being technically sound on those routes, he is making every single inch matter. That if he's running a sail or if he's running a jailbreak, whatever we're running for the route concept, he's there. And Nelly really doesn't have to think because he knows I don't have to modify much because I know exactly where Connor's going to be. That touchdown was phenomenal. He got to the sideline there, got the ball. It was pretty shifty on it, made a couple guys miss, and then he's in the end zone for it. And it was really fun to see him poke that thing in there. He had a great night as well.
All right, Easton Nelson, he is just again proving the leader that he is in the field. And there's been games where he's taken him over himself, accounted for like 5 touchdowns. There's been games where he's been more asked to manage the offense, which is a big deal, right? But overall, I don't even know where to start with him. He's just impressed me so much this year.
Yeah, he's very poised, and you could see that in that game. I think he had like 160 yards on 60% completion. Phenomenal game for him. He, like you said, to be able to go, be the guy if they need him to get on his legs and get it. They need him to put the ball in the right spot, or if he's got to be making reads, whatever it is, he is that guy. He's a great game manager for us. But like you said, he can also take over. I thought we had a big run play, got that first down, and he's going to put his body on the line too. I know people are probably questioning why we don't have him slide and all this stuff to protect himself. Well, he's not that kind of guy. He's a guy, he's going to go out there, he's going to try to, put himself on the line so that he can get whatever he needs to for that offense. And, that's the kind of leader that we want at that position, and he's really stepped up into that role.
Another really good running quarterback that we had here very recently, Rugby Reichen, and it reminds me, Rugby seemed to move out of the pocket almost exclusively.
Yep.
Like he liked to be on the move, right? And obviously he was a great runner. But Easton will drop. This is my observation. he'll drop back, and it doesn't seem like running is on his mind at first. He is going through his reads downfield, but when he decides to tuck and run, he'll go right to the middle, and then he's just a giant fullback basically going down.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing. I would say him being able to sit behind Rugby and Kampshoff, I think he's kind of a mix of the two where, Camp was definitely more of the pocket passer, but could still run if we needed him to. And Rugby, like you said, he was always all over the place running the football because he was just a phenomenal runner as well. But I think Easton learned a lot from those two guys, and now he's made himself into what he needs to be. But he's comfortable back there. But when he gets out, man, that explosion, I don't think some people realize just how fast he is. His top speed is great.
Yeah, and we're to keep going from here. Coach Muth, anyone else you want to bring up? I'm sorry, everybody, okay? I don't know. So many people.
It was a really fun night. I mean, I think I've gotten a lot of phone calls that want a recap of the game and how do you get that many points. We played at the highest level that we've played at up to this point in the season, and I don't want to take anything away from Mitchell. Mitchell put up a fight, and they're just a young team that's trying to work out and find out where they're at. And so but it was our guys just executed at a high level. When you grade out the film, I mean, there's Shelley had a couple drops here and there. I mean, there's some things that you can grade out. I mean, obviously the penalty things, we need to get that cleaned up. But our guys, when the ball was snapped, played at a really, really high level. And for us, moving into the most important part of the season where there's no tomorrow, that's where you've got to be.
Oh, congratulations on the 1 seed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a big accomplishment. Get up there and just to guarantee yourself just home all the way through as far as you want to go. And but the first opponent coming up is a team that I always like to bring up. Just weird things happen with Aberdeen, home or away.
Yeah,
it always just seems like weird things happen with Aberdeen.
I would agree.
Yes.
And that's one thing that we've kind of told our kids too. I mean, and if you look at their scores throughout the year, that same thing is true as we've gone through the season. I mean, they've got a defense that plays very aggressively, and they try to keep the games, the score close. And then if they can hit here or there offensively, then they've got, a game. And so the thing that I like about these guys, and we'll know more when we get to work on Monday, but this team right now is very focused, and they understand what is at play here. And they also know that the only way to do this is one game at a time, one play at a time. They're learning that lesson, in real time as we're going through this, but they've got a pretty good grasp on we've got to make sure that it's not even just beating Aberdeen to get to the next. We've got to make sure that we can execute to 100 on this play so that the next play is set up for success.
If I had to force you to compare or to kind of give me an example or a similar team in 11AA to Aberdeen, if I had to force you, maybe Brookings kind of?
I would say Brookings, but the difference is Aberdeen will play a lot more aggressive style of defense. I would say it'd probably be closer to Sturgis.
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
Yep.
I mean, in the style of offense, they'll be multiple. They'll be under center. I mean, they'll play with a tight end and a fullback, and they'll go 4 wide on offense. But a lot like a lot of the teams around the state right now, they're just very young. But that doesn't matter because at this point in the season, everybody is a senior. Yeah. They're all number ones, and we've got to make sure that we execute. I mean, it doesn't. At this point of this where we're at, you can't get wrapped up too much in your opponent. We have to know where they're going to be standing, where their coverages are going to be, and what their tendencies are. But we need to focus on us playing at the highest level way before we need to focus on who Aberdeen is.
Schedule look the same as last week with Thursday night lights?
Yeah, it'll be real similar. We had a special teams practice. We got it out of the way this morning, and that's done already. And so special teams was wrapped up, and then Monday we'll have a little bit of installation. I mean, but that's the same thing. Again, we're not going to throw in a bunch of tricky stuff that just fits Aberdeen. These are the things that we've polished up enough to where this is the best of what we have. And so we'll get that kind of taken care of on Monday, and then Tuesday is kind of our review day, and then Wednesday we're flying.
Yep. All right, beautiful. Well, coaches, congratulations on a big victory, and we'll talk more Aberdeen later in the week. And go enjoy your weekend, and go Yotes.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Bryce.
Thanks, Bryce.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explorers CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Corner, powered by Explorers Credit Union. And wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Also, thanks to Pizza Ranch for legendary chicken and the best pizza. It's Yankton Pizza Ranch, Song Broadway. You can call 665-1222. Thanks to them for providing our coaches with delicious pizza for our show here this morning. Being joined by Coach Dan Schwach and Brady Hale. Coaches, good morning.
Good morning, Bryce.
Hey, pretty big victory Thursday night. You know, the offense broke the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm gonna blame them. To be like, it's the offense's fault. The scoreboard couldn't handle 80. It just didn't know what to do. But no, what a performance! And Coach Schwach, let's talk D-line just a little bit here. Edley Amaro, another great night, but just the pressure from everyone on that line. Easton Feeser almost got a couple of sacks if he wasn't held back a little bit, and just really like the pressure that they're able to generate.
Absolutely. Edley's just keeps getting better each week. He gets more confident. He's what a lot of people don't see is the plays that he's not making a big splash. He's just becoming so much more consistent, and it's really helping out our defense. And yeah, Easton's jersey might be a little looser this week, but I think every time that he almost got a sack, and I guess if pressure was a statistic, he had probably 3 of them, and then we got an interception on that play. So it worked out okay that we didn't have as many sacks as we usually like, but and Derek Beal and Riker Freng in the middle are just so dependable. And coming into the playoff stretch now, I mean, just those two in there, just being able to stop the inside run is just a huge advantage. And sure, next season I'm going to miss those two a lot.
Oh, for sure. And who got your play set headset?
It was Bryce Crawl. Came and found his old homeroom teacher from 8th grade. So
what are they doing? Are they just talking to each other? Or what are they doing?
They're just talking to each other, and I think Coach Muth was the last one to give up his headset, and I think he still
I can't take
was wondering who was on there talking. So he finally yielded his to somebody. So.
All right, Coach Hale. Hey, I mentioned it before we went on air, but red looks good on you today.
Yeah, no comment. I'm not. I can't. I'll get fired up.
All right. Hey, but special teams, another great performance from the Bucks Thursday night. I finally am starting to stop saying last night now, but Thursday night, and Kevin Ortiz just had 7 for 7 extra points, second field goal of the season. And just that entire operation looks smooth again. It actually looked really smooth with Gary and Bestie, and Asher Knuckles came out, hit some extra points as well. And just, I guess, wherever you want to start, there's nothing but positives.
Yeah, I thought overall great performance from the special teams units. Kevin, I don't even have to watch anymore. He's to the point where I trust him to do his routine, and he's comfortable, and he just does his job, and he's bought into that completely. He does his job. He wants to put 1 point on the board. He wants to put field goal, get 3 points on the board for us, and that's a huge part of our kind of philosophy going forward. Is as the season becomes the 1-0 season, you got to go 1-0 every week. Every single play it could be the one that matters. So that's kind of what those special teams guys buy into, and Thursday night was a great example. And yeah, I don't know when the last time 3 different kickers had an extra point, but that just speaks to kind of our depth and those guys that are willing to work at something like a kicking position when not many kids maybe want to spend so much time working on that kind of a thing. We have 3 kids in Kevin, Liam Villanueva, and Asher Knuckles that are solid. I'd feel comfortable putting any of those kids out there. And yeah, the operation looked great. Tate Bestie's a phenomenal holder. He's asked to do quite a bit. He's asked to count the defenders and make sure we're lined up correctly on the offensive side of things. And then Cale Gary, he's been as solid as can be. And that really makes Kevin look good. When those guys are, on point, it makes his job so much easier. So just really proud of all those guys.
Well, Bestie has 2 jobs, right? He has holding for the right foot of kickers,
yeah,
and the left, and that's just
which is not easy.
So does he have to just take a breath and be like, okay, yep, right?
Yeah, I mean, initially I think he was a little intimidated maybe, but he completely has got it under control now, and it's like I mean, if you think about, it's like throwing right-handed and throwing left-handed, and he just is able to just switch back and forth from one to the other, and to kind of be able to switch your brain like that, it takes a smart kid, and that's exactly what Tate is. So he does a nice job.
We've mentioned it a couple times before, but I'll mention it again, and I'll say that I can say it now. The first game performance, snapping from Cale Gary, was not good, but the development and just the fixing of it to where he's at now, I'm assuming for you as special teams coach, that's not even really an issue you think about it anymore either.
No, absolutely, you're exactly right. Yeah, Cale would even say that himself. He would say that the first week wasn't his best performance, but he took that to heart, and he wears that, and he says, I'm going to get better, and I want to keep doing this. And he's completely been solid the rest of the year. And you're exactly right. He's almost automatic. And that's so valuable because, a lot of teams, it's a question mark. Hey, are we going to get 1 point? We got to get the snap right. We got to get the hold down and make the kick. And it eliminates so many factors when you have a snap on the money and the ball is always on the tee, and it makes that job so much easier for the guy kicking it. So Cale's been phenomenal, and I'm not really surprised just because I know him, but he's been like that for as long as I can remember. He's just willing to do whatever it takes for the team to succeed, and that's really, really special thing for him.
Coverage teams, I see you have some varsity players forming there too, and let you guys talk about the coverage teams there. Mitchell tried some stuff, but again, especially the kickoff. Well, did we punt? We punted like twice, right?
Once. I think we punted one time.
But overall, the kickoff return coverage team did really a good job again.
Yeah, I thought those guys all played well. They know that sometimes they might not get as many snaps. Their snaps are limited to some special teams things, but they completely buy into those. They're flying down there. A couple kids that come to mind. Jason Lachek is first in mind. He is unbelievable on special teams. He's one of those kids that, if depth were a little different, I have no doubt that he'd be leading tackler, rushing for 150 yards. He's that kind of an athlete, and he completely buys into special teams, and he is so important to our team. He does a great job. And then we have a lot of other guys like Tegan LaCroix, Miles Drotzman, Micah Maska is on a lot of special teams, and those guys they're kind of like my core unit. They're on almost every single one of them, and they all do a great job. So just really fortunate to have a group like that. And like I say, we have depth in a lot of other positions, and that allows us to be really solid on special teams, and those kids all buy into that, which is awesome. So it's just that much more important now that we're into kind of our 1-0, you can't win and go home type thing.
I'm not trying to throw water on a fire. I said there was nothing but positives. There's one thing I want to talk about, but there was a lot of kicks that went out of bounds on kickoff. Kind of what's going on there?
Yeah, Liam's continuing to kind of work on that. I'm asking a lot of him, but I think he can do it, and I want I want ideally the ball to be not out of bounds, but if he can master that where it's, outside the hash and whatnot, and if it's just so much easier to cover it, and he knows that, and he's buying into that, and
So
that's all I
it's
can.
a placement thing.
Yeah,
then?
that's all I can ask of him is continue to try to work on that. But I'd rather have the ball going out of bounds to the kick direction rather than kind of flaring it out to the middle, and he knows that. So he's definitely working on it, and he knows exactly what he's got to do. And that's another thing I appreciate about him. He could say, well, I'm struggling kicking it left, but this and that, but he doesn't say any of that. He's bought in, and he wants to do what's best for the kickoff unit and help those guys succeed. So looking forward to seeing him kind of dial that in here as we get going.
Seems like a guy that will buy into anything you ask of him. Punting, extra points, kicking, or and then obviously kickoff specialist. He'll just buy in, right?
Yeah, Liam's a very special leg talent. He's got a big leg. He could probably punt in the varsity game if you had to have him do it. He can kick off. He can kick field goals. He can kick extra points. And he's a very valuable part of our team. Right now he's being asked to kick off, but if something were to happen to Matthew Sheldon as our punter, or if Kevin were to get dinged up, as a coaching staff, we feel pretty comfortable putting Liam in there. So he's pretty valuable to our team, and he's just a great kid to work with.
Connor Slava will have a punt return touchdown this season still. I'm telling you,
Yes.
he will. I can see it. I don't know why I get not nervous, but anxious when he's back, because I'm like, this is gonna be the one, right?
Yeah.
He's just had so many. He's had so many not issues. He's had so many instances this season where he's almost had a hole, but just closed just a little too soon, and he's just ready, isn't he?
Yeah, if we can get the ball in that kid's hands, that's obviously good for our team. A lot of times we're calling pressure looks on our punt block type stuff, so he has less guys blocking for him in the return game. But hopefully we can get a return called for him where he's got some space to kind of make some things work. And unfortunately for me, but fortunately for our team, we don't get a lot of kickoff return reps usually because we're not giving up a ton of points. So those guys back there, I'd like to get one of those for the kickoff return team to get some space for those guys and get a touchdown, but hasn't quite happened yet. But I just think overall those guys are still bought in, they're ready to go, and I think I'd rather have it where we're not getting a lot of kickoff return reps. That means teams aren't scoring a lot. So
But you want for the brand.
Yeah, for the brand. Yeah.
So what can you tell me about Aberdeen? Obviously, I was talking to Muth and Huber. Weird things happen with Aberdeen, no matter what. But what special teams wise, kind of what are we looking at?
Yeah, they have a couple different alignment things. They rugby punt, meaning the punter catches the snap and he rolls out to his kicking side. So this kid is right-footed. He rolls out to the right. That just changes your block point. It changes your footwork, and it just changes the timing of everything. It gives a couple of their guys a little more time to run down and cover. So it changes a couple things there. They also do a couple different things kickoff wise. They have different alignment. They just do some different things. Each team kind of has their own unique set of things that they do on special teams. But with the one thing that stuck out to me when I watched them is they have maximum effort on all the special teams. So Aberdeen is going to bring effort and intensity to all those units, and that's really what makes a good special teams group. So we're going to have to prepare for that, and we're going to have to match that intensity and definitely exceed it this week if we want to have success.
All right. Well, coaches, thanks for coming in. Congratulations on a big victory. And Coach Hill, I will offer you an olive branch and say, I hope there's a good game today. That's all I'm gonna say. No, say, I hope there's a good game.
Can I say I hope it's not a good game?
No.
I can't say that. Well, I hope it's a great game.
I muted Hale. I'm just joking. No, but appreciate you guys coming in, and we'll talk to you midweek, all right?
All right. Thanks, Bryce.
Yep. All right. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here in the Coach's Corner.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's two best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, two great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including weekend maintenance technician 2. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers. Start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
¿Está buscando una casa para comprar? Me llamo Deb Speck de Vision Real Estate y puedo ayudarle a encontrar la casa perfecta. Yo sé que la barrera del idioma puede ser difícil, pero puedo facilitar el proceso. Escoja a un agente que se habla español. Envíeme un mensaje de texto 605-661-9398.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Ever try to fit a giant cactus into a box? No? Well, at the UPS store, we've seen it all. Okay, maybe not a cactus, but we've seen a lot, so don't worry. You don't have to be a packing genius. Let the associates at the UPS store handle it. From awkward size objects to important documents, we'll pack it perfectly, ship it safely, and give you peace of mind you need. Whether it's fragile, oversized, well, or just plain weird, bring it to us, and we'll take care of the rest. The UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion, because sometimes packing is harder than it looks.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Investing in your home is easier and more fun when you have local choices. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Pizza Ranch is all about the cookie. This is Mike from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Get ready for our famous family-sized chocolate chip cookie filled with chewy, gooey, chocolatey goodness. And right now, you can feed your group for just $20. Grab our online pizza deal, 2 single-topping medium pizzas, a small cheesy ranch sticks, and a small cactus bread, all for $20. Simply go to pizzaranch.com to order now.
Whoa, that's good.
Today's world is changing and you need your general liability plan to change along with it. If you're a business owner, give me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates a call and let's check your policies. Since you're busy running the business, I'll do all the legwork, so feel free to call, email, or stop down 124 Walnut Street in Yankton.
Are you new to Medicare or turning 65 soon? Have you met IRMA? Who's IRMA? IRMA is an additional Medicare tax that comes into play based on your tax filing income. Let's chat today to see if you'll be meeting IRMA in your Medicare future. Missouri River Associates.
All right, good morning. Bryce Ladwig in the studio, along with KYNT Assistant Sports Director Braden Butler. Braden, good morning.
Good morning, Bryce. Thanks for having me in.
Yes. I'm a big fan of your work.
I would hope so. You're the one that lets me do most of my work.
I'm actually bringing you on to fire you. So listen.
I knew it was coming. Every time I get called into a meeting, it's like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, this is it. This is the day. No, a lot of other stuff going on. I just wanted to bring you in. I would say you do a lot of our sports write-ups and things. Watch almost all the sports write-ups and stuff for us. And so I thought I'd bring you in. Who else to talk about what else is going on at the Yankton High School sports other than you? As I just talked through football. But we have some volleyball action as well.
Yeah, volleyball is out west. It's the second day of the East-West tournament for them. They played Rapid City Central, Rapid City Stevens, and Spearfish. When I checked this morning, the results had the losses to Rapid City Central and Spearfish and nothing posted for Stevens, so I don't know the result of that game.
Come on, Stevens.
So I apologize for that, but two more matches today. I'm not gonna give them too hard of a time. They're out there. They're trying their best.
Come on.
But please give me the results. Anyway, so at least 0-2 yesterday for the Gazelles. Chance to bounce back today. They got Douglas and Sturgis to wrap up the East-West tournament. And then come back a couple more games on this side of the state. I believe Brookings and T down the stretch. No more home games, though, for the Gazelles. So next time we'll have anything on KYNT and KYNTV is a potential SODAC matchup. I know before heading out west, they were 17th, just one spot outside. So if they could get some wins today and down the stretch, maybe that'll change.
Hope it's in Spearfish. I'm going to send you out there.
If it ends up in Spearfish, we're sending Josh Bolter.
Oh, are we? Okay.
I have no idea. When's the last time I made a decision?
Since Scotty Borman. We'll send him out there. No, but all right, what else going on in Yankton High School athletics?
A couple state meets today, also out west in Rapid City. Rapid's a busy place this weekend. Competitive cheer and dance, I believe they have events starting at 11 a.m.
11, I think, yeah.
At the Monument in Rapid, and then state cross country as well, taking place at Rapid City. Can't remember the exact name of the golf course off the top of my head, but they're out in Rapid.
Isn't it like Heart?
It's Heart
Ranch.
Heart Ranch, yeah, Heart so. Something. But yeah, that starts at noon for those races for state. So good luck to the Bucks and Gazelles all out of state for competitive cheer and dance and cross country.
Yeah, and we'll have those results for you next week. And as the week goes on KYNT1450.com, you get there by going to the Sports Zone, go to local sports, or on the tab, I think it just says local sports news, and you can see the works of the Braden Butler.
If anything's ever mistyped, then it was somebody else who wrote it. But if it's a good report, it was me, I promise.
Just take the credit, but shun the blame, right?
Is that not the rule of life?
Yeah, that is the rule of life. No, appreciate you coming in. And we have some Mount Marty basketball later today. You'll be on the call for that one. I checked the calendar again. Yep, still October. So I'm not going to let that go. I'm not going to let it go until it's like mid-November. And I'll be like, yeah, it's basketball season now.
It feels like sometimes sports do start a little early. I know sometimes we're playing baseball in Yankton in March where there's still snow on the ground. But, like, you got to get these games in at some point. So I get it, trying to get games in and everything like that. But, yeah, it's definitely a wake-up call going from we're in the heart of football season to, the hardwood's in action. We got basketball.
Yeah. Yep, and volleyball hasn't wrapped up. It's just all still going on. But, no, looking forward to that one. That'll be on the airwaves. We also have Mount Marty football on the airwaves today. Right here on KYNT, and then on KYNTV, the audio simulcast. They're in Seward, Nebraska, and taking on Concordia. And then Mount Marty men's basketball taking on Trinity Bible College at Simple Arena, and pregame at 3:30. And then you'll be on the call for that one, and that will be on KYNT Plus and KYNTV. So looking forward to some amazing camera work today, by the way.
It's a big day for Mount Marty Athletics. Bryce Ladwig we're gonna be swapping jobs from last night. Good job on the good job for the first broadcast last night. I liked it. I know you are your own biggest critic sometimes, but I think you did a great job.
No, just rusty, man. Like I said, I look at the calendar. It hasn't been Halloween yet.
Little Rusty Wallace.
Rusty Wallace. All right, appreciate you joining us, Braden. And that's actually going to wrap up the show today. Thanks to our sponsors making this broadcast possible. And, of course, to you, listener, viewer on KYNT and KYNTV, Yankton's home team and stream. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy the rest of your weekend.
FM 102.1 and AM 1450, KYNT.